Friends of the social, good morning and welcome back to my channel. We are going to talk about perfumes today. Today's video is about fragrances, which actually has nothing to do with what I want to talk about, but I had some perfumes which has nothing to do with it. That said, just to give you a couple of laughs and reflections, today we are actually talking about a nice scam that I would like to avoid since it is something that happened to me. I know it happened to me, especially when traveling, especially when you are not in your city, right? When you are in another city, especially abroad, but also in Italy. In Italy, in fact, we are really masters of this, but with foreigners, then you know. Since I am a taxi driver, I know how the world works a bit, right? Especially here in Milan, I know how things work, but it's not just Milan, it's actually something quite recognized. What kind of scam? So, when someone you don't know, not a friend of yours, sometimes even a friend you don't know too well, when someone you don't know gives you directions to a place to go, which could be a restaurant, it could be a nightclub, it could be the taxi to take or the driver to take, and they tell you, they say, look, I've been to that restaurant, go, I think it's good, go, say I sent you, okay, then it's fine. So, everything is regular. I don't see any big scams. Then, if they insist too much on the fact, no, you should do little, mention my name and things like that, already suspect something, but as long as it's so nonchalant, go calmly. The moment he takes you there and makes sure to show the person, look, I brought you this one. What do you think is the reason? It happened once in Budapest that they took us to a nightclub, a place, and this guy took us there, right? A Neapolitan who lived there. So just imagine. And he went in first and then said, but you can enter, then let us in. And it was already known that there was a scam. But what happens if, for example, the hotel calls the driver for you? We talked about it in the live session today, right? If the hotel calls him, the driver, it's because he takes a cut. I mean, do you understand what I want to say? One thing is advice. Advice. Yes, go. It's a nice place. One thing is that he takes you there. If he wants to take you there, he wants to show that he brought you. It means he receives a cut. Do you want to call it a kickback? Call it whatever you like. He receives a percentage for having taken you. Okay? And who pays that percentage, in your opinion? Who pays it? The one who provides the service pays it, taking it from you. Obviously, that's why I tell you, watch out for this scam, because it seems like a trivial thing, but it's something that happens, and it happens all over the world. It happens all over the world. So maybe, if they give you a suggestion or advice, take it with the necessary caution. Then, maybe the price is the same for you. For example, I'll give an example. The price for a taxi to Malpensa. Fixed price, fixed rate. Now I think it's 114. Yes, 114. Since it matters, I'm pretty sure it's 114. Anyway, 114 at this moment. So you go from the hotel and he says, okay, I'll take you for 114. Maybe the driver who made the agreement won't charge you a higher price. He always charges 114, gives them maybe 14, and keeps 100 for himself. But aside from that, usually they raise the price. It's not the same price. Usually, if he gives it to you, they charge you a higher price. You start from this base. That's usually how it is. But especially if, instead of going from the hotel and having the hotel send the driver, you talk directly to a driver and say, but if I have to go there tomorrow, can you give me a discount? What's the price? Can you give me a discount? So maybe you ask one first, then you ask another, and that's how you get the best price. This is regarding drivers, but if you need to go to places, get recommendations, but don't let them take you there. Or maybe you pay the same price and he doesn't get the commission, but if he takes you, you can be sure he gets the commission. Know that it's like this, it is like this. Then it depends. There used to be places here. I remember stories from ancient times. Now it's not like that anymore. Things work differently with the internet, etc. People know where to go, so they don't even need it that much anymore. But I remember that once, there was no internet, so you would ask, and the taxi driver would take you, someone local. And I remember there were some places, even some hotels, where you brought clients and they would give you a bottle of wine or maybe things from a completely different era. We're talking about a completely different era. Well, now things have changed a bit, but more or less, the Pieraggio works in the same way, just like nightclubs pay the Pier. Before it worked. Let's say it was a commission system, an advertisement outside. There wasn't advertising like today. Now they might invest that money in social media advertising, while before they might have invested in the taxi driver, the hotel, the driver, and so on. So, these are still current issues, because they happen even now. Be especially careful abroad, especially abroad, because sometimes you have minor issues. Sometimes you pay a few euros more and nothing happens. But sometimes there can be unpleasant adventures because it could be someone trying to scam you. And so it's not just about charging you a bit more, right? Maybe they even take care of you. You have the car outside. They know you're inside there. The one inside is in agreement with the one outside. Then that person comes and opens your car. I have kept it light because my experiences are always points of reflection for many things. So what I tell you is when they give you advice, take it. That's fine. But when they are too pushy with this advice, wanting to be involved, be careful. Well, this is my reflection for today. Today there's, hey, Zoko, you're not making us laugh today. I understand, but it's not that I'm a clown. I mean, sometimes we laugh, sometimes we reflect, and sometimes we even go to sleep because for you, it's 7 in the morning. For me, it's 1 in the morning and everything is fine and I'm not a mess. This is the cheat that. What am I explaining it for? Anyway, there's a key here. What is it? I don't know. It's fine. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. The videos are always no time, so you can rewatch all the videos I've made so far if you like. And especially, write me your thoughts and reflections in the comments. I always appreciate it. And I remind you all, bye, beautiful people.